Putin's drone campaign is reportedly worsening conditions for Ukrainian troops, with one unit warning of severe supply shortages. A Ukrainian unit is demanding urgent relief from Zelensky's government as fighting and drone attacks disrupt frontline support. A frontline crisis is erupting as Ukrainian soldiers reportedly struggle without regular rotations and essential supplies. One Kyiv unit claims its troops went 12 days without food supplies while remaining trapped on the front line. Ukrainian troops are reportedly pleading for help after rotations were disrupted and critical supplies failed to reach them. A Ukrainian commander has issued a desperate SOS to Kyiv, warning that his soldiers have no strength left. Russian drones are reportedly disrupting troop rotations, leaving Ukrainian forces stuck on the front line with limited support. Putin's drone and missile blitz has left Zelensky facing a new troop morale crisis as Ukrainian soldiers report worsening conditions on the front. Ukraine's 121st Territorial Defense Brigade has reported shortages of food, water, and medicine while remaining deployed near the front line. The soldiers posted their appeal on Facebook on August 9th, according to the Kyiv Independent, highlighting their worsening conditions. Ukrainian soldiers in Zaporizhia Oblast said they had gone without rotation for 4 months despite prolonged frontline deployment. The unit said its troops arrived in April to relieve soldiers who had already spent 8 months deployed in the same area. The new Ukrainian unit was originally told that its frontline deployment would last only 1 month before another rotation was expected. But troops said constant Russian drone threats had made rotation and resupply extremely dangerous across the battlefield. Ukrainian soldiers said drones constantly watched the battlefield, turning exposed roads and supply routes into potential kill zones. The Ukrainian unit said its positions could only be supplied by drone because sending ground vehicles through the area was too dangerous. Platoon commander Anatoly Syshchuk said deliveries of food could take as long as a week to reach troops at their frontline positions. The Ukrainian commander said troops sometimes received no supplies for periods ranging from 3 days to an entire week. On one occasion, Platoon commander Syshchuk claimed his troops went as long as 12 days without receiving a food delivery. The commander said his troops no longer had the strength or resources needed to continue holding their positions under such conditions. The unit has asked for safe passage and transport, so its exhausted troops can be evacuated from their current frontline positions. But Operational Command South said the soldiers would be rotated once the security situation allowed such a movement to take place. Ukrainian military rules limit the time troops should remain in frontline positions to 2 months, with rotation normally due after that period. But on a drone-dominated battlefield, soldiers can remain trapped in exposed positions and foxholes for months when rotation routes become too dangerous. Russian forces struck port facilities in Odesa, Kyiv, and Chornomorsk on August 12, according to Russia's state-run TASS news agency. Russia's defense ministry said the attacks targeted military supply routes and key port infrastructure used by Ukrainian forces. In Odesa, Russia said it hit a military cargo ship, a fuel tanker, and a fuel storage depot during the overnight strikes. Russia also reported strikes on a Ukrainian patrol boat in Kyiv and fuel facilities in Chornomorsk, according to the defense ministry. A Russian drone strike set a hardware store in Zaporizhia ablaze, according to regional governor Ivan Fedorov. Putin's attack also cut power to about 1,200 consumers, while emergency crews battled the fire following the drone strike. A separate Russian attack damaged logistics facilities in Brovary in the Kyiv region, according to Ukrainian officials. Ukraine carried out a large attack on Sevastopol that left parts of the Russian-occupied city without power. Sevastopol Governor Mikhail Razvozhayev said the attack damaged energy infrastructure and disrupted electricity supplies. Russian air defenses, aircraft, and mobile fire groups were deployed as Moscow attempted to counter the Ukrainian attack. Ukraine said 4 Russian warships were damaged in a separate strike targeting the Novorossiysk naval base. The damaged vessels reportedly included 2 frigates, along with Buyan M and Vasily Bykov-class patrol ships. Zelensky called the Novorossiysk attack a unique operation targeting Russia's Black Sea Fleet. The Ukrainian president said Kyiv used Palianitsia jet drones, Neptune missiles, and naval drones during the operation. Ukraine also targeted Russian air defenses, piers, and port infrastructure as part of the attack, Zelensky said. Volodymyr Zelensky said, and I quote, "Last night, Ukraine's defense forces carried out a unique operation targeting the naval base in Novorossiysk, the last major stronghold of the Russian fleet in the Black Sea, more than 300 kilometers from the front line. Our Palyonitsia jet-powered drones, Neptune missiles, and unmanned naval systems successfully struck the designated targets. Hits on air defense positions, piers, and seaport infrastructure have been confirmed. I thank the warriors of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, the Security Service of Ukraine, and our intelligence agencies for their accuracy and good results. The occupation fleet and all the infrastructure supporting it will not be safe as long as Russian aggression continues. The war must be stopped, and all reasonable proposals for diplomacy are on the table. Glory to Ukraine." Unquote. SLUGS British officials reportedly fear an unintended naval escalation could trigger a direct conflict with Russia, according to the Times. UK officials are reportedly urging military leaders to restore direct communication with their Russian counterparts to reduce the risk of miscalculation. Former UK Defence Chief Tony Radakin and his successor Richard Knighton reportedly sought contact with Russian General Valery Gerasimov. The UK and Russian defence ministers have had no direct contact since October 2022, highlighting the breakdown in military communication. Moscow has listed Britain among Western countries it considers unfriendly amid worsening relations over Ukraine. Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said in June that Moscow was not opposed to maintaining contact with any country. The Russian frigate Admiral Grigorovich fired warning shots near a British yacht in the English Channel, according to reports. Moscow and London said the warning shots were intended to prevent a possible collision rather than signal a direct confrontation. A UK-Russia military hotline remains operational despite the broader breakdown in direct communication between the two sides. Russia has accused Britain of worsening tensions by supporting the 2014 change of government in Kyiv. Britain has become one of Ukraine's main military supporters since the conflict escalated in 2022. The UK has supplied Ukraine with Storm Shadow cruise missiles, which Kyiv has used against Russian targets.
Upgrade your news experience with the all-new HT app. Download now.